Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we're diving into The Practicing Mind by Thomas M. Sterner. This insightful book offers a compelling approach to managing anxiety and enhancing productivity as we work towards our goals. Sterner, with his extensive background in Eastern and Western philosophy, as well as modern sports psychology, brings a unique perspective to the challenges of staying focused and motivated. His work as the chief concert technician for a major performing arts center, coupled with his experience in producing a radio show on the practicing mind, has furnished him with practical insights into mastering one's craft and maintaining perseverance regardless of the domain. The practicing mind illuminates the profound impact our expectations can have on our overall performance and satisfaction. It introduces practical steps for living in the present, relishing our progress, and ultimately achieving our objectives. This book serves as a guide for anyone looking to cultivate a more mindful and disciplined approach to their work, studies, or personal projects. Who will benefit the most from reading this book? Students battling with procrastination will find invaluable strategies to maintain focus and momentum in their academic pursuits. Creatives embarking on new, long-term projects will discover techniques to sustain their productivity and passion. Furthermore, freelancers overwhelmed by their workload will learn methods to manage their tasks more efficiently while enjoying the process. Join us as we explore The Practicing Mind by Thomas M. Sterner, a book that not only promises to transform the way we work but also the way we live, by fostering a deeper appreciation for the journey towards our goals. The Practicing Mind: Developing Focus and Discipline in Your Life. Introduction: Master the art of achievement, with less anxiety and more joy. We've all been there, knees shaking before a big presentation, palms sweaty gripping the gym barbell, or the mind racing as we try to perfect a hobby. It's the unsettling sensation of performance anxiety, which seems to shadow our every ambitious move. But have you ever paused to wonder where this anxiety stems from? Or better yet, how we might confront it to not just get by, but to thrive? Often our downfall begins with our sky-high expectations. It starts innocently enough, setting ambitious goals because we believe we're capable. However, the real twist comes once we reach these summits. Instead of pausing to bask in the glory of our achievements, we immediately look to the next, even loftier peak. This relentless pursuit can leave us feeling perpetually unsatisfied, always reaching but rarely grasping the joy of our accomplishments. What if we approached our goals differently? By inviting a practicing mindset into our lives, we can evolve continuously without the looming shadow of performance anxiety. It's about embracing improvement as a constant liberating journey rather than a race to an ever-shifting finish line. In this exploration, we will uncover the power of tackling big projects in small, manageable chunks, just like cleaning a garage bit by bit. The do, observe, correct technique, a simple yet revolutionary approach to mastering any skill or task. The transformative effect of focusing on the journey rather than the destination, and how this shift can make us feel like champions at every step. Let's delve into these insights and reimagine the path to our goals, not as a daunting climb, but as a fulfilling journey marked by growth, satisfaction, and a newfound joy in practice. Part 1: Escaping the hamster wheel of expectation. Finding satisfaction in self-improvement. It's a common human experience. No matter how fervently we dedicate ourselves to mastering a skill, there's invariably someone who seems to be a step ahead. This relentless comparison can cast a shadow over many facets of our lives, sparking a question: why does this perpetual pursuit of more leave us feeling so empty? The curse of humanity might well be our tendency to chase after an elusive ideal. In our minds, there's a vivid portrait of perfection, a beacon that, paradoxically, renders our actual lives dim by comparison. This quest for the idyllic can manifest in myriad ways: the yearning for a more prestigious job, a wider circle of friends, or even a different reflection in the mirror. It's hardly a surprise to learn that these towering expectations are often exacerbated by the media. Glossy magazines and slick advertisements parade a world of flawlessness and opulence, subtly conveying the message that life is lackluster without their products. In this landscape, everything from the latest gadget to a new skincare routine is packaged as an essential ticket to a better existence. Yet, it's not merely the bombardment of ads that skews our perspective. The real twist arises when we use these societal benchmarks as mirrors, constantly gauging our worth against others, be it in professional achievements or physical appearances. Even more insidious is our habit of moving the goalposts. Just as we taste success, our eyes dart to a farther, shinier goal, turning satisfaction into a mirage that dances just out of reach. This relentless escalation of aspirations means we're forever sprinting on a treadmill of our own making, exerting effort but essentially stationary in our dissatisfaction. This pervasive sense of inadequacy breeds a low-grade, persistent anxiety, a whisper that we're never quite enough. But what if there was a different path? A way to step off this dizzying ride and into a space of genuine self-appreciation and sustainable growth? The journey ahead unfolds steps to recalibrating our goals and expectations, prioritizing inner satisfaction over external validation. Let's discover how to embrace progress for our well-being rather than as a measure against the world's yardstick. Part 2. Embrace the moment. How present-mindedness can dissolve your anxiety. Ever noticed how the shadow of a looming deadline turns us into world-class procrastinators? It's ironic, really. Just when we need our focus to be laser-sharp, it begins to fuzz at the edges, leading us into a vortex of stress and unease. The culprit behind this paradox? Our gaze, fixated on the distant horizon of our goal, leaves us feeling immobilized by its seemingly unattainable nature. This fixation not only saps our motivation but also hammers away at our productivity. The antidote, surprisingly simple, lies in shifting our perspective from what lies ahead to what is right before us. Pondering over the impending goal can be a daunting experience, one that is ripe with fear and anxiety, pulling our attention away from the task at hand. However, the moment we anchor our thoughts in the present, a remarkable transformation occurs. Our anxiety begins to wane. By momentarily sidelining our ultimate objective and immersing ourselves in the process, we witness our progress in real time, reigniting our drive and vigor. This isn't to undermine the importance of having goals. On the contrary, goals are the compass by which we navigate our endeavors. Yet, when we fetishize them as the sole measure of our progress, they morph into shackles. Instead, our goals should serve as a guide, orienting us in the right direction while we revel in the journey. Success also demands a rational response to obstacles. Knee-jerk emotional reactions can cloud our judgment, leading us astray. By adopting a dispassionate stance, appraising what's working and what isn't, we equip ourselves to make adjustments that are anchored in reality, not reactive impulse. Consider the bowling alley analogy. If your first roll doesn't end in a strike, do you dwell on the imperfection, resigning yourself to defeat? Or do you calmly assess your technique, adjust your stance, and try again with renewed purpose? This mindset of living in the moment and adapting with cool-headed analysis isn't just about improving your game. It's a transformative approach to life. By focusing on the present, we not only cut through the anxiety, but also open ourselves up to a world of continuous improvement, satisfaction, and ultimately, success. Part 3. Break it down. How smaller tasks lead to bigger achievements. In the face of overwhelming expectations, one could wonder if aiming lower is the key to contentment and productivity. However, the magic lies not in diminishing our dreams, but in deconstructing these grand ambitions into bite-sized, conquerable goals. By doing so, we turn even the loftiest of dreams into an achievable reality. The dread that accompanies massive, long-term projects is all too familiar. Laboring day in and day out, only to feel as if the goalpost keeps receding. The antidote? Crafting a series of mini objectives that not only pave the way to the ultimate prize, but are also simple enough to tackle with enthusiasm. Take, for instance, the oft-dreaded task of cleaning the garage. Approaching it as a single gargantuan chore can feel paralyzing. But by narrowing your focus to just organizing the shelves in one section, the task suddenly shifts from daunting to doable. Completing this small segment offers a sense of accomplishment, propelling you forward to the next miniature milestone. Even these micro goals don't demand marathon work sessions to conquer. If a task appears time-intensive, break it down further. Allocate, say, 45 minutes a day. This strategy not only keeps the work manageable, but also maintains a consistent stride towards the finish line. Resist the urge to race through these tasks. While it might seem logical to sprint through less than thrilling activities, hustling can be counterproductive. Speed often comes at the expense of stress, and with stress comes diminished efficiency. Instead, embrace a steadier pace. This approach keeps you firmly anchored in the present, minimizing the rush towards what's next, and, paradoxically, enhancing your overall productivity. By allowing ourselves the time to thoroughly and deliberately work through our tasks, we not only mitigate stress but also lay the groundwork for substantial, sustainable progress. Part 4. Refine your focus with the do, observe, correct method. Procrastination, especially under duress, is a universal struggle, leaving many searching for solutions to overcome it. One powerful tactic, devised by the author, stands out for its simplicity and effectiveness: the do, observe, correct technique. This method hinges on the ability to self-regulate, offering a clear pathway to enhanced focus and productivity. Imagine you're buried in preparation for an important exam, but the weight of potential outcomes is crippling your ability to concentrate. This is where do, observe, correct swings into action. Acknowledging that you're being sidetracked is your initial step, the do. It's an important realization that sets the stage for transformation. Next comes the observe phase, where you take a metaphorical step back to examine the issue. In this example, you're escalating worry. The key here is detachment. Try to appraise your behavior as if you were an outsider, devoid of judgment or emotion. This impartial perspective will reveal the disproportionate impact of your emotions on the situation, highlighting the unrealistically dire scenario painted by your fears. The final step, correct, requires you to distance yourself from these unproductive emotions. While it may sound daunting, the act of consciously deciding to disentangle yourself from negative feelings can significantly lighten your mental load and refocus your energies on the task at hand. Admittedly, implementing the do, observe, correct technique amidst turmoil could seem challenging at first. Nonetheless, like any skill, its efficacy grows with practice. The more you apply this method, the more instinctive it becomes, empowering you to face any situation with a level head. By honing your ability to self-observe and adjust, this technique not only keeps you anchored in the present but also propels you towards achieving your broader objectives with greater clarity and calm. Final summary. In the pursuit of success, our sweeping aspirations and towering standards often morph into sources of stress rather than motivation. This illuminating exploration uncovers the paradox of ambition and proposes a profound yet simple resolution. By anchoring ourselves in the present, dividing our ambitions into manageable segments, and embracing a measured approach to our endeavors, we don't just boost our efficacy, we also carve a path toward genuine satisfaction. At the heart of this journey is the realization that true achievement flourishes not from the relentless chase of our goals, but through a mindful engagement with each step we take towards them. In fostering a practice that prioritizes progress over perfection, we unlock not only higher productivity, but a deeper sense of fulfillment, embracing our aspirations without succumbing to the anxiety they can sometimes bring. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.